This is by far one of the easiest, most thought out and well designed smart home blind tilters I've ever tested. And I've tested a bunch of these. This thing is not only super easy to install, but it's also super affordable. Now I do want to thank SwitchBot for sending this out to me for a full honest review. And with all that being said, I do love this thing. I think it's pretty awesome, but I do have a couple cons with it. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Now obviously this is going to be for Venetian blinds, otherwise the blinds that go horizontal, and it has to have a wand that you twist to tilt open your blinds or close your blinds. If you don't have that wand, unfortunately this will not automate work for your blinds. So if you have like a pull string, you can switch out those mechanisms for the pull string into the wand. It's an extra procedure and extra cost, but you can definitely do that. There's tutorials online that you can find for that. And once you have the wand, you're good to go. Now when it came to install, this thing is super duper easy. There's no tools. Everything that you will need comes with it. Everything that you need to measure the wand, to know what adapters you use, where to place the actual device is all included, and you just want to read those instructions to make sure you place this in the correct location. Otherwise it might not work properly, or you might have your wand tilted to the left and right where it should be straight. So it took me about 10 minutes to install this. It took I did read the instructions and make sure I knew what I was doing, but like I said, this is super easy. So if you're installing multiples of these, once you get the first one done, you're going to blow through the other ones super duper easy. And what's really cool is that you can automate all these to work together. So if you buy multiples, you can have like a little remote, or you can automate them all to open and close at the same time. I think up to 8, I believe. And when it came to physical design, I loved it. I don't think it's an eyesore. I've seen other ones that's a big block and it's just in the way, it's sticking out somewhere. This just sits right there on the wand and kind of just blends right in. It does have a 2000 milliamp battery, but it also comes with a solar panel. So if you're in direct sunlight, you can charge up that battery and have this thing working all year round, never have to worry about charging that battery. They do say even without the solar panel, it'll last about 10 months or so. Obviously, I could not test that. I haven't had it long enough, but I can report with the solar panel and my direct sunlight that I've been getting every day, it hasn't gone down even 1%. I've been using this multiple times a day and it's getting great battery life. So it's also not that loud. It does have 2 modes. In performance mode, it's about 56 decibels, and in the silent mode, it dropped it down to about 44 decibels. I also love that you can still use the physical wand manually. It also works with Alexa, Google Home, IFTTT if you still use that. SmartThings is starting to make a comeback, and it works with Siri shortcuts. Siri, open the master blind.
1 sec. Okay, Eric, done.
Unfortunately, currently it does not work with HomeKit, which is one of my cons. They say it might be coming, but never buy on a HomeKit promise. And even when it came to Hoobs and Homebridge, unfortunately, it's not in that plugin just yet. And they say that will be coming probably before native HomeKit support will be coming. So fingers crossed that will be coming to HomeKit. But even then, having Siri shortcuts is a huge plus. That way, at least when you're home, you can control the blind via voice, and with advanced Siri shortcuts set up, you can control the blinds and even control your smart home all in one voice command, or another trigger like maybe like an NFC tag, which I'll show you later in the video. Now, in addition to controlling the blinds via your favorite smart home platform, except for my case, it still doesn't have HomeKit support, you can control this via the SwitchBot app, where you're going to get the most functionality and most features. There's a lot of different ways that you can automate and have triggers to control these blinds. But first, let's quickly talk about some of these automations where you can schedule it. That's pretty simple. You have delays. That's also pretty simple. But what I really want to talk about, and one of my cons right now, is the light sensing feature. Now, overall, this is a great feature to have for it to open and close based off of the light. Now, there are 2 light sensors on this device, one on the actual motor and one on the solar panel. Thus, you can read the light levels not only outside but also in the room. But currently, you can only automate based off of one data source, either the light sensor on the unit or the light sensor on the solar panel. But unfortunately, in my testing, neither automation worked. I did report this to the company and they promised to have this fixed. Also, I would like to see what they have planned for both light sensors. I think they can really do some cool automations where they can kind of keep a certain level of light inside the room, maybe even trigger some other smart home platforms, maybe turn on the light in the room itself. Some really cool stuff based off of 2 light sensors, so really the sky's the limit. I think there's some really cool stuff in the works. But until those are fixed, obviously you can control this via schedule or even any other trigger within the SwitchBot platform, like the remote, NFC stickers. You can use NFC tags. You can see here I have one that's using a Apple AirTag to control the blinds, to shut the blinds, and to turn on the TV. That's just a basic automation off of an NFC tag or AirTag. Really easy to set up in Siri shortcuts. You can also control this via the SwitchBot humidifier and temperature sensor. Say the temperature gets too hot, you can have the blinds shut automatically or vice versa. So many different automations you can create just with the SwitchBot products that they currently have. So sky's the limit. Really love this. Well designed, well built, thought out, and really cool device. So hope this video was helpful to you guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.